Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be talking about Kent Hovind. He is a creationist who did a lot of creation versus evolution debates maybe 10, 20 years ago. So, in a lot of the debates that I watched, I think he actually did a better job. He didn't have better information or better arguments necessarily, but he was good at rattling off a lot of facts and information quickly, kind of stunning and blindsiding the audience. It also helped that the audience was mostly on his side. I feel like more creationists go to creation versus evolution debates than evolutionists do. For most people, it's not a debate anymore, but for creationists, they're still trying to reconcile their faith and science. And if there is no evolution, that problem would be a lot simpler. So, moving on. Kent Hovind was also arguing against a lot of science teachers, evolution teachers, and so their presentation style was not ideal for the debate setting. They're used to having more time, they're used to having a bit more authority in their environment, they're used to having time to explain stuff. In a debate, you really don't have that. You have short little catchphrases, and people either clap to them, and if people clap, you win. If people don't clap, then it seems at least that you're losing the debate. Debates are based a lot on emotion, and that's why whether it's a presidential debate or whether it's a debate like creation versus evolution, I don't put a lot of weight on them because that's not where you're going to get your rational information from. That's where you're going to get your emotional arguments and stuff like that, because that's what draws the crowd in and that's what sways it either way. One thing about Kent Hovind, which people need to call him out on if they're going to win the debate, is that he jumps from one topic to the next without really explaining the gaps in between. You can prove, or even if you prove God exists, it's a long shot to Jesus Christ is God and he came as the savior of the world. You can't make that connection without a lot of explanation. If you want to have any sort of basis for faith, you got to pile hundreds of arguments on top of each other, and then you'll be good. Especially if you want to prove that the Bible is inerrant. There is a lot of explaining to do if you're going to prove that. Kent Hovind attempted to do that in one of his videos, but he failed. He took the easiest examples that atheists gave him and said that, see, the Bible is inerrant. He took all the examples from the Old Testament where there's only one book for each. He skipped all the inconsistencies in the Gospels. Now, the Gospels, you need to account for the inconsistencies there, because you can obviously tell they're talking about the same stories, but small little details are different. And that's fine if you're a Christian and you say, well, yeah, it was written by men. It had spiritual inspiration, but it's definitely not inerrant. If you say that, then that's fine. But a lot of people will not accept that. They'll say it goes a step further and that it's fully divine. There's not a single mistake in there. Another thing, Kent Hovind, I don't know what he's doing at the moment or where he is, but if people want to win him in a debate, they just need to call him out on the fact that he jumps around too much. Don't try to necessarily discount every single point because he makes so many of them. Just say that these points have no sort of logical consistency to them. There's so many gaps in your argument. Like when I was hearing him speak, he would go from, well, there's no evolution, and then he'd start talking about the creation of the earth, creation of the cosmos, what happened at the very beginning. To disprove Kent Hovind's theistic God, all that needs to be proved is that apes went into man, that men are just evolved apes. That's all that needs to be proved to discredit the Bible. So why even talk about the creation of the universe or the multiverse, or the creation of the cosmos, or the creation of the earth? Because that has nothing to do with proving your God. I hope you guys have a good week, and I will see you guys probably sometime next week.